Well, hello everyone, welcome to Yorkshire Gamer, and it's our monthly update on what's going on or what's not going on in the games room, and a few bits and pieces to update you on this month. A couple of units that have joined the various collections, a new rule set, and a little bit of terrain, and we're still no closer, unfortunately, to gaming here. Fingers crossed, maybe next month I'm hoping we might get a few changes that will allow it, but for now we're just on with new units and new bits and pieces that have arrived here at Yorkshire Gamer. So in the camera view at the moment we've got a unit that I've been working on for quite some time now, and this is a World War I British Cavalry regiment. Painted up for Mesopotamia. Regular followers of the blog will know that we do big games every Christmas, based on the drive up the Tigris and Euphrates to Baghdad. 1916, early 1916 we're up to with our games, and I've always been after a decent cavalry force, but nobody really does figures for it, so I've had to do some conversion work with these, or my friend Harry has anyway, because I'm not particularly good with stuff like that. But what we've done is, I'll just bring those into focus, use Great War miniatures, early war British Cavalry, for the figures themselves, and then we've done a head swap with some Gripping Beast, Woodbine Design Company, do apologise, heads onto the Great War miniatures, and they've come out really nice actually, quite pleased with those. Unit of 24 figures, and they're painted up to represent the Cheshire Yeomanry. I apologise, get that into focus, which is not going to do. There we go. A hand-painted flag with the Prince of Wales feathers on, for the Cheshire Yeomanry. So that unit, hopefully, we'll see some action towards the end of the year when we have our next game lined up. I'm hoping to get quite a few cavalry units done before we start that game. So that's the Cheshire Yeomanry, and I'll just get out the other unit that's been painted this month. So here we have the second unit to join the ranks here at Yorkshire Gamer this month, and this is a fairly large unit actually, 8 bases of 6, 48 figures, 28mm Gripping Beast Arab Spearmen, and these are all painted up for the Saladin army for our Crusade games. I think they're just going to be a speed bump for some Crusader Knights, to be honest, but they've painted up all right, and they've been really given what I call a bish bash bosh speed paint. If you look at them, they really are, they're just 3 colours. I've done white, obviously different shades of to get the shading on the clothing, brown for the faces, the spears, and the belt, and then a little bit of silver for the detail. Shields are all transfers, and they're from Little Big Men Studios. Fantastic range of stuff that they do, specifically designed for these spearmen, and on a basic paint job like these I've had, it's really nice to just add something like that to them, just to give them a little bit of life, if you like. Certainly nice unit that. Didn't take me that long to put together, and well pleased with it. So that's all the painting we've done this month, though we've got other stuff on the go in the background that you'll see next month, but that's all the painted stuff, and there's just one new addition to the Yorkshire Gamer stable that we need to have a look at. Okay, regular viewers will have seen the Sweeney collection that I've been building up to play 1970s cops and robbers games, and this bad boy here is what we've been after for a long time. This is a Ford console in copper bronze with the vinyl roof, and those of you of a certain age will be well aware that this is the car that was used in the first 3 series of the Sweeney, and it's been a bit of a nightmare to try and get hold of one. They've been selling, I've seen them go for 120 quid. Yes, that's 120 English pounds for a toy car. They only made a limited edition of them, and I think although they weren't officially released as a Sweeney car, the obvious connection with the programme has made them very, very popular with collectors and gamers like myself who want this particular vehicle. So I've managed to pick it up. I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it because my wife might watch it. But it was considerably less than £120. In fact, less than half of that. So I'm more than happy. It was something I really wanted, so I didn't mind paying out for it. It's very much a case of what it's worth to me rather than what it's worth to somebody else. And I think, to be honest, it's probably going to be a decent investment. Not that I'd sell it, but they're only going to go up in price because nobody's making any more of them. Just to add to the Sweeney collection this month as well, I got these 2 guys. They are police motorcyclists. They're probably World War One style. They're from Courtney's Miniatures, First Corps, and the first sort of scenario I'm working on for the Sweeney game is based on the first episode of the Sweeney called The Ringer, where there was a couple of police motorcyclists escorting a prisoner detail. So I've picked those up. I quite like them. Like I say, that they're a little bit cartoonish. They're probably World War One or maybe interwar, but they'll do fine for the 1970s for my games. And I've certainly not found another supplier who makes police motorcycles, so I'm quite happy with those. So there we go. That's all the new stuff that's come into Yorkshire Gamer figure-wise. Just got a little bit of terrain that's come in that I'm going to talk about, and then we'll have a look at the rule set. And we don't need to go very far for the terrain because you'd already seen it. Oh, bless me, I do apologise. But I've already seen part of it in the video that we just looked at with the Ford console, and it's these road sections. They come from a company called Sally Forth in the UK, and they're MDF, and they just come as your basic MDF, and they're marked out already with the road markings. You can get a UK or another set for people who drive on the wrong side of the road, and they're all marked out with the lines already on, which is brilliant. And they come with a separate, the pavements are separate, and you glue those on, and they fit over the top of these rather clever holes here that you can see, which fit in with these tabs on the other areas. So they fit together quite nicely. So we just wanted to add this curve on to there. It literally just drops on, and jobs are good. So I've got a few bits and pieces of that to do. They're all painted, and all I've done with these is I've sprayed them with grey primer, and then I've oversprayed them with matte black paint, but not a coverage. I've just sprayed them roughly to give them sort of a tarmac look, and I'm quite pleased with the way that they've come out. And they'll be in use for our Sweeney games. So that's Sally Forth, Modern Roads. And let's have a look at the rule set that's come in. So here we go. I did a blog post and video on these a couple of weeks ago. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. Please have a look at the separate video for these. Set of ancient and medieval era rules. I'm solely looking at them for ancient. We already have a set of medieval rules that we're happy with. And I have to say, I've played one game solo, obviously, because we've got nobody coming into the house and no club open at the moment. And I was very impressed. It moved quickly. It was sensible. There was no daft gimmicky stuff in it. It was just a damn good set of rules that felt like you were playing a decent ancient game. The setup for both competitions and historical gameplay, those of you who know me, those of you who follow the blog will know that I don't do point systems at all. So the fact that these work with, they're going to be great for people who want to do a competition. That's not my thing at all. I'm not going to be setting up armies, etc., doing points. I'll be putting historical stuff out and gaming it. It works for both. Highly recommended. I'll do some gameplay videos at some stage in the future when we get a chance to get some gaming underway again. But please watch the unboxing video for Mortem Glorium, and very, very impressed. So there we go, thanks for watching. That was the Yorkshire Gamer July update. Again, sadly there's no gaming to show you, just some bits and pieces that we've painted, or I've painted, and some new items that have come into the house. Just leave you with this rather superb Ford console with my John Thor Detective Inspector Jack Regan figure, parked outside the boozer, firing his pistol at some slags across the road. So thanks very much, and I'll see you next month.